Hello everyone and welcome back to a brand new video where today we return with round 7 of our F1 Championship Edition career mode. Yes, we return this time for the jewel in the Formula 1 crown. It's time for the Monaco Grand Prix on a PS3 controller. This is not going to go well for me. I can already tell you coming into this weekend. I don't think I have finished a Monaco Grand Prix inside this game before. It's just that one race every season where, you know, it takes one error and I make errors inside this game. But we do come into the weekend with some interesting news because this will be my last race for Super Aguri. Yes, we got a contract offer through from Midland. We are going to be a second driver, I believe, from next weekend in Montreal. Obviously, so far this season, we've seen that the Midland is a bit of a better car than the Super Aguri. I feel like a little bit of a snake leaving the Japanese outfit, but, you know, hopefully to move ourselves up the order is going to, you know, potentially allow us to score some points at, I don't know, like a perfect track or something like that. Of course, if you're new, please do make sure you leave a like, get yourself subscribed as well. We're trying to play more and more of this series at the moment because the support you guys have shown it has been absolutely mental so far. But anyway, let's head out then onto the track here, the jewel in the Formula 1 crown. Well, I managed to get a fair bit of practice time done in the car throughout, obviously, Thursday's session here in Monte Carlo. But as we head into Saturday qualifying, things are going to be difficult. I mean, we have actually got decent pace over one lap, but of course it's just keeping that precision, keeping that consistency over, you know, a race stim that is going to be the difficult bit. I think if we can out-qualify anybody here, I'll be pretty happy, but then again, we were quicker than E-Day throughout all of free practice. I think we want to be aiming to be kind of in the 15s, maybe a 14 is possible, but I'll need to get it hooked up, and we're just going to try and do as many laps as we can. Well, really, all it does take is for cars to get slowed up, kind of caught out behind each other here. And you can often get a good, you know, you can get elevated up the order. It's very likely some people won't get clean laps in. As immediately then, heading out the pit lane just in front of me is one of the Williams cars. I'm hoping they get on with it and don't try and then let me by. Easily the scariest bit of the lap round here is this final sector. Obviously through to back, you're having to go down a gear with a big old lift. The swimming pool chicane is just about flat out. And then this chicane is so much tighter than obviously the modern era of Formula 1 cars. I'd kind of forgotten, of course. They tweaked it. It must have been around kind of 2017, I think. And it is still super scary. Obviously, these cars are a lot more nimble. E-Day goes to the top of the board. We go fractionally slower. Well, I've got a Renault right up my trumpet then as we try to make our way in through the final sector. For some reason, I don't... Oh, there we go. I'm getting split times. Oh, that was bad. That was bad, but we were a tenth and a half up in Sector 2. Just worried there. We're going to get dive bombed by a Renault at some point through those final couple of corners. The final turn, getting the power down over the bump, can be notoriously difficult in these cars. We don't improve, though. A 115.9. I believe we're pretty much out of fuel. Well, luckily then, obviously being Monte Carlo, you use less fuel than anybody else on the Formula 1 calendar there. We were 2/10 up in Sector 1, we're half a second up in Sector 2. As long as I nail this, we could be on for a decent time here. See, as long as I don't run out of fuel. Oh, a back end tried to escape there at the final turn. Surely this is going to be a nice improvement, though. Up towards the line, 14.6. And that is us immediately in P11. Well, unfortunately, quite a few people did go quicker by the end of qualifying, but look at that. E-Day and Alba's tied on the back row. Mark Webber will be disappointed to be out in Q1, but we have made it back into Q2 for the first time in a few Grand Prix. I am very happy with that. Well, I think the fact we've even seen Q2 here, we should be pretty happy with in qualifying. Any higher than 16th place, though, I will take as a huge victory. Just hoping we don't get any rain here come Sunday, because that would be absolutely terrible news. But yeah, let's just try and see if we can get as close to that 114.6 again. Any quicker, I will be ecstatic. That's not a good way to start. I'd really try to open up the run in turn 1. Oh, and I think someone's hit me. I think that was Felipe Massa. Nico Rosberg then, of course, raised on these streets of Monte Carlo. He's gotten to the top of the board in his Williams car, so that would certainly be an upset if he's able to stay there in Q3. But yeah, the time's just improving and improving. Barrichello was originally in P10 on a 1:14.5. That benchmark has now been shifted to Nick Heidfeld on a 14.3. So yeah, we're just going to need to find something extra. And to be honest, get a little bit lucky. This lap certainly hasn't felt as good as the Q1 time we set. Oh, especially when you try and overcommit way too early in through those final few corners. Like I said, if we can get anywhere close to anybody, we should be pretty good. Ooh, tries it again to avoid the bump as best as I can, just sending it through. But look at that clear now on a 14.0. The benchmark, we only managed a 16.1. There's really not much time in it at the front of the order. Kimi Räikkönen now down right on the cusp of the drop zone. So we set an identical Sector 2 time. That's pretty good, actually. With Sector 1 and Sector 3, where I lost bags of time on the first run. Oh, I gotta lose time through that final corner as well, though. But hopefully this is going to be an improvement that brings us a little bit closer. We've got enough fuel for one more lap as we dip into the 1 minute 14s. I mean, surely we can't find another second here. One thing I do love, though, this game simulates kind of the ramp-up that Monaco has as well. The AI, they are just getting quicker and quicker as through Sector 1 we go. Last lap, our Sector 1 was pretty good, but we are up again by another quarter of a second. Just got to really nail it. I mean, you've got to rub down the walls and everything. Try and get a little bit lucky. The damage is pretty forgiving here in qualifying. So almost to a Senna. Slap the inside wall down through Portier. Yeah, times now really aren't improving for the AI at the moment. So it is still Räikkönen as the benchmark. So a little bit shallow on the way in to the chicane. But okay on the exit. Now for Tabak. Down one gear. Nowhere near the apex. We will slap the wall. First real mistake of this final run. You can see we're a tenth down through there. Can we just get a little bit closer? We're not even last at the moment. I haven't even spotted that. Oh, we will be with that mistake, though. Nudge the wall through to back. Trying to do a Michael Schumacher. At the final corner, up towards the line. Will we improve any more? We go P16. And we stay in P16. Well, there we go then. In the end, you can see David Coulthard on a 1:13.9 narrowly misses out. But yeah, even if I'd matched my Q1 time, we would have been still in P16 there. Pretty close to Ralf Schumacher, who's having a real tough time at the moment in Formula 1. But I guess we're starting right in the thick of it for the Monaco Grand Prix.
Here we are then in Monte Carlo for what we hope will be another action-packed Monaco Grand Prix. The Monaco Grand Prix is the most famous and glamorous race on the Formula 1 calendar. The small principality first hosted a Grand Prix way back in 1929 before the official World Championship began. Formula 1 cars have now outgrown the tight confines of the Monaco streets, but it's still an amazing sight to see the best drivers in the world weaving their way between the barriers. A good grid position here is vital, as the tight street circuit makes overtaking very difficult indeed. Conditions are just about perfect here today. Clear skies and perfect temperatures on and off the track. The forecast is also good, and we expect it to stay like this for the whole race. Leading the field is Jarno Trulli. Second on the grid is Felipe Massa. Third is Juan Pablo Montoya. Fourth is Fernando Alonso. Row 3 and 5th place for Giancarlo Fisichella. Jenson Button completes the third row. Michael Schumacher lines up in 7th. 8th is Kimi Räikkönen.
Well, Jarno Trulli then, after a brilliant weekend last time out in Barcelona, he lines up in the best position here in Monte Carlo. And could Toyota be on for their first ever Formula 1 victory? I was not controlling that. The AI does that on this game. Come on, let's do this thing.
Signal the start of the race. The race is go, go, go!
Oh, he responded fairly well to the lights there.
So does Massa.
That was optimistic, and I paid the price. Damn it, man. I had to send it. It's turn 1, lap 1. You've got to try.
Still leading the field. Behind him is Massa. Next is Montoya.
Well, let's not forget then, of course, Felipe Massa still yet to win a race this season as well. So either of our top two could become our 6th winner of the year, but I think it would be far more impressive if it was our 6th different team that won a race. But yeah, Jarno Trulli's been building up momentum in recent Grand Prix. And that is certainly a very fine reward pole position here. I'm sure he wants to go one better. Speaking of one better, that's my new team. I've just done that too. Maybe it's Christian Albers that I'm replacing. But yeah, this for lap 1, this has been a bit of a nightmare. I've got maximum fuel in the car though. So we should be able to go very, very long into the afternoon. And you look on the minimap, Jarno Trulli is just romping away from the Ferrari of Felipe Massa behind him. Now, of course, that might just be fuel loads as well. Maybe Jarno went very, very light in qualifying, but you would expect most people to, you know, because grid position is so important here in Q3. But yeah, we've pretty much, oh, come on, closed back on the rear of the field. We're just kind of trying to settle in. Oh, we've got yellows, Someone's breaking down. Don't know who that is.
There's just been an incident at turn 5. It's a Red Bull that's argued with the crash barrier. It's clean! Looks like his front wing has taken some damage. He's retiring from the race, and that's a huge disappointment for him.
I mean, what am I meant to do there? You can't even see the oil. You can't even see the oil, and immediately, I wasn't even steering. We were in a straight line. Car goes into the wall. I mean, we knew this was going to happen, but we are out of the Monaco Grand Prix. So stupid.
Another historic race concludes here at Monaco. It's always a very special occasion, and this year has been no exception. Drama at its highest. Street racing at its most challenging. It's an incredible place, and it's always a pleasure to be here on Grand Prix weekend. 2 weeks from now, and much earlier than in recent years, we'll do it all again at the home of the British Grand Prix, Silverstone. Silverstone could almost be considered the home GP of no less than 6 teams. McLaren, Renault, Williams, Honda, Red Bull and Midland F1 are all based in the UK, and you can be assured of a very special weekend of racing. We'll see you there in June. Thanks for joining us, take care and goodbye.
Well, there we go then, a very, very disappointing end to our current life with Super Aguri, but Jarno Trulli and Toyota, they have finally got their first F1 victory as a manufacturer there, and our 6th different team to have won a race so far this season. I will be staggered if we see a 7th, because all we've got left now is Williams, Sauber, Toro Rosso, Midland and Super Aguri left yet to take a victory there. Schumacher, though, still leads the way ahead of Alonso. You can see Trulli now moves his way up the order as well. Barrichello down into 10th place, though, just behind Kimi Räikkönen, with Christian Klein just behind him there. We're still ahead of Yuji Ide in the Drivers' Championship. Constructors-wise, though, McLaren re-jump Honda. Toyota now jump Red Bull as well, a little bit further behind. But even if I crash out of that Grand Prix, I want us to be able to go a little bit further than we did. But how on earth am I meant to spot the oil there? Thank you all so much for watching, and we'll be back ready for the British Grand Prix.